Hey guys, welcome to Code4Real. Code4Real, it's a platform that allows junior developers um, to be shown how to solve real-world applications or problems by senior developers. So basically, it's a podcast that you can tune into and watch real life problems being solved in whatever language you wish to learn. Today I'm gonna make a small demo on iOS. This demo is just gonna implement animation class that's gonna grab a view and just apply gravity to it and collision boundaries. So we're just gonna have a square view that's gonna fall and it's gonna crash against the floor. So we're gonna see how powerful this is with so little code. So yeah. First of all, we need a dynamic animator. This is the class that implements. Basically, it's a class that puts together behaviors such as gravity behavior and collision behavior, and just runs them in real time based on those properties. So basically, what we do is alloc init this properties. As you can see here, I'm using basically alloc init with reference. This means in which view I'm adding this animator to. I called mine self.game view. We alloc init as well the gravity behaviors and the collision behaviors. These behaviors have their own properties. So, for example, magnitude and angle. I set it mine to 1. 1 means 1,000 points per second. Points are the dimension that the screen has on iOS. So basically, this magnitude looks roughly like actual gravity. Then I add my gravity behavior to my animator, and I return my gravity because this is the setter method for this class. I do the same thing with the collider. Collider has some other properties. For example, this translates reference bounds into boundary. This basically means if that every object that tries to go out of my boundaries are going to collide. So basically, this is not going to let any object that is moving within my bounds to leave the border. As well, I add my collider to my animator, and then we're set. So now we have to basically create views that are gonna be in a random position, and they're gonna start being animated. So how do I create a view? Basically, it's just UI view. I call mine circle. Alloc init with frame. You need to create basically a rectangle, which is your frame. I put mine in the first number. It's my location in X. Second one is my location in Y, and then it's my width, yes, and my height. I set a background color for this view so that we can see some colors, and added this method that returns a random color. You can see the method here. Basically, just I return a color. I basically just create a random number from 0 to 2, sorry, and yeah, just evaluate and return either red, blue, or green for any of these cases. So here I'm just adding a random color, either red, blue, or green. I also want this view to not only be created in one single point, but randomly across the width. So I do the same. I create a random method that sets a x for my origin, and basically it's just yeah, a number between 0 and the width, which is 300. Then I just add, I set this X point as my center point in my view. So as you can see, CG point make, this is just making a point. Which point? It's X plus X in X and 25 in Y. This is just gonna put the view on top, since the height is 50, so the center should be in 25. I add my view to my super view, and add my item or my view to those behaviors. So I'm adding gravity to this view and collision, and that's it. Then you're ready to run. You can test it here. Let's just give it a minute to run. And so I added this tap controller that whenever you tap, it will run all the creation of the view. So if you click anywhere, one of the views is going to be created. So as you can see, it's created in a random point in X. They fall roughly with the force of gravity, and they stop in at the boundaries of the screen. As you can see, this animator has some bounds. Like if they fall, they kind of bounce. They have rotation. They have they push one another. So it's a pretty complete animator. If you want to do some cool stuff for games or for animating your apps. So yeah, that's what I have, and thanks for watching.